Hi, Ralph. It's Bill Hoppy. As you planned, you probably wondered how you got on the ice, and once you guys got going, how it would really work. Just what were your impressions of the first session? And you had that little area set up at the end of the ice. Just how did everything work in your opinion today?
Outstanding. Really excited, Bill. Expectations were flat because I wasn't sure how the group would be. Um, but the professionalism and the level of execution and some of the drills, especially in the second half, I ran them longer than expected because the pace stayed at a high level. So really, really excited. We had a lot of fun today, and I'm just so pleased to have a confirmation of what we felt about the physical state of the group. I believe if somebody walked in off the street, they wouldn't have known that many of those players hadn't had a team practice in 10 months, and I think that that's a compliment to the group today.
Hey, Ralph, Mike Harrington here. You opened camp without your number one center and your number one goalie. What can you tell us about what's going on with Jack and Ullmark at this point?
Oh, all's under control. There's no, the Jack's day to day. We are being, just cautious in the process, but we expect Jack here next couple of days. And the same with Linus. He's had a tremendous preparation. There was a stall in the immigration process, but he's in Buffalo, and we just need to follow the proper processes. But it's part of the advantage of having a few days extra. Important is that we integrate people, whether it's Jack when he's right or Linus. We expected possible complications, which we had one there, but everybody is in a good space, and we're interacting with them and we're communicating with them as everybody. So no panic for sure.
Hey Ralph, Heather Prusak here with the CBS station in Buffalo. Hi, good to see you. What were your impressions today, specifically of Taylor Hall, and what is it like to, be with him again?
Wow, it was, sorry, my voice, first day on the ice. I have to say that it was excellent to have Taylor back, on the ice at the same time. And, we had a nice chat yesterday already, and, his skill, his ability, his pace, you could feel already, and it gives our whole group a confidence when you see somebody like Taylor, and, he's matured in a really nice way, and he's going to be a very important leader for us on and off the ice.
Go ahead, Adam.
Hi, Ralph. Adam Bonini, WGRZ TV. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Kind of on that note, you just talked about Taylor Hall. You look at some of the additions you've made and some of the experience. I know it's a challenge for everyone, right, in a condensed camp like this to get ready for game action in a couple of weeks. But so what's your approach on that front, and how does it maybe change or add to the dynamic when you have experienced leadership type players that are new as part of that mix?
Yeah, I want to underline again that I feel that 13 days of preparation is more than enough to get everybody on the same page, bought into the game we need to play. I actually believe, because we don't have any exhibition games, it's an advantage that you stay in house every day, lots of teaching opportunities. And of course, you've already mentioned it, using players that were deep in the process last year. That core group is so strong, and they believe completely in our team. They will also be coaching their line mates. You could see them spread out through the lineup today, the new guys, and working with them. You could hear conversations already on the boards. I'm sure they're going on in the locker rooms. And but I want to underline that we feel quite comfortable with the time that we have to prepare, especially the experience that our additions are bringing with them. They will get it very quickly what the game is here in Buffalo that we need to play.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
Hi, Ralph. It's Lance Lysowski from the Buffalo News. I know it's just the first day of practice, but Victor Olson playing on the right side. What do you like about that look, and what are challenges you face in terms of, I guess, the defense might be a little more challenging for a guy like that to move over to the right side?
Well, our system has players interchanging their positions quite a bit, so it's not for, a player as intelligent as Ollie, it's not going to be an issue for him at all. Like he has played on the right side. At the very end of last season, you might remember that we put him on the right side, and it looked pretty good there. So I had a long conversation with him about that, and in the D zone, yes, sometimes you're challenged with rims, but his skill level, and you can see his foot speed's back to where it was before he had his ankle injury last year. And I just think the interchanging that will be possible with Taylor Hall will put them both in, one-timer scoring positions. I don't know if you saw a couple of times today, Ollie nailed a few under the crossbar, and we're hoping to see a little more of that 5-on-5 with him coming down the right wall. We should have done more of these. My voice would be in better shape.
Hey, go ahead, Ted.
Hey, Ralph, can you hear me?
I can.
Sorry, I'm really bad at this. So you and Taylor, obviously you guys go back to Edmonton, knowing him not just as a player, but also as a person. Is he very similar to the player that you coached in Edmonton? Is he different, or is he, kind of a similar person?
Well, as a person, we clearly connected through those 3 years and enjoyed the good and the bad times, as he was growing and learning. And so that relationship has a foundation that it's like we step right back into it today on the ice when we spoke a few times. But he is just so mature now in his presence off the ice. And I think a couple of years has been an extremely confident position, and he just oozes confidence when he's in the room or when he's on the ice, and the way he conducts himself now, even in the interaction about certain things. I saw him speaking to some teammates, and the leader in him has taken on a whole new level and meaning now. So those are add-ons. I always love the competitiveness of Taylor Hall, the hunger to want to win and doing whatever the team needs to be successful was always in his DNA. But now he's adding a lot of bonuses, especially off the ice. I'm quite excited what he's doing us.
Hey, Ralph, Paul Hamilton, WGRZ Channel 2. I know communication is so key to you, and you really believe in it, both you communicating with your players and your players communicating with each other. As Rasmus was telling us, they can't even sit next to each other in the locker room. I mean, they can't really be with each other. Does that part of it, I know they can converse on the ice, but does that part of it worry you at all? Because you've got so many new players that they can't get that off-ice chemistry that I know you like to see?
That's a good question, Paul, but what I felt was an explosion of energy and an unbelievable happiness on the ice. So it could be that being denied off ice. Now, let's remember that these protocols are training camp protocols, and we are still in the working of the in-season protocols. And my initial indications that I've received are that we will be going back to more of a normal environment as far as everybody in the locker room, and more opportunity for the team once we've tested on multiple days into the process. So let's see what the in-season protocols are. In this phase here, Paul, for sure, you miss the dinners and the lunches and all the interactions, but the guys have been communicating a lot in the break. Even the new players have interacted with other more established Sabre players through these last few months. And We had the multiple Zoom calls where we were able to deepen our relationship. So I think we've done the best we could under the circumstances to put them in a much better position of entry, and their comfort that they're showing right now is really quite impressive. I really feel we're doing okay, Paul, but yes, I'm looking forward to more interaction, to more opportunities of classic team building environments. But we need to get through these first 10, 11 days, I think, before that will be possible. But I'm optimistic it will be once we've tested ourselves into our de facto bubble. Yeah.
Hey, Ralph, John Vole with The Athletic. Happy New Year to you. Obviously, you said 13 days is more than enough time to teach the whole group what you guys want. That said, this first session, obviously, NHL experience all from top to bottom. Was that kind of the point? Like, hey, let's get right to this?
Yeah, I mean, you all know we have another group coming up here, and the blue group needs to put pressure on the gold group, and they need to push. But you know, we made the decision to go with a team-like feeling right off the hop, John. We don't have time to play with potential pairs and lines, and let's start going and looking at day one as let's get ready to play right now. So you know, we will break the groups up for the inter squad game on the 4th and have more equal matchups, but this is the way we're starting. And you know, after the first practice, I'm feeling comfortable. We're going to run a similar pace practice now with a smaller group. Zeth Apper will have the lead on that, and we will support that as a coaching staff. But there is a clear pathway that we see as the best way for us to get our starting lineup ready for the Washington game on the 14th.
Hi, Ralph. Tom Gallitti with NHL.com. You mentioned a couple of times the energy today. How much of that do you think was guys that they hadn't had a practice in 10 months and they were really raring to go? And did you sense that in your meetings too, that guys really wanted to get out there? We're happy to finally get out there.
Yeah, I mean, we really targeted professionalism and get right to work. So our first meeting at 10 o'clock in the end zone, our new end zone, really, you know, gave us a feeling of unbelievable focus from the group. That's what the guys want to do. They've had enough relaxed time. They've had enough easy practices. They want to go to work, and they were there in the meeting. You feel that as a coach right away. How long can you go? How deep can you go? And we went pretty deep right away. Even the halftime meeting, I feel a strong sense of professionalism and hunger to get this right. And so that, you know, I'm really impressed with the, you know, the mindset of everybody coming in here. And like you said, you didn't know what you were going to get for sure. But we had a very high level first practice. I have to tell everybody that. Very, very high level today.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ralph.